with a new topic, and I'm coming here to say to the people that is starting on painting miniatures. I would think the best advice we can say sometimes is start small, finish the project, learn and go to the next one. I think this is the best, for me, the best way to approach when you are starting painting miniatures. What I mean here, normally, there is people that may think that painting big miniatures, it's easier, the tiles are bigger surfaces, and maybe it's easier to paint the miniature because everything is bigger and you can see them, all these details bigger. In reality, this is the opposite, right? Going for bigger miniatures have some drawbacks that you don't have on the small miniatures. First of all, the thing that the details on bigger miniatures are bigger is not a problem of bigger or smaller. This guy is big, has some details that are as smaller as this guy here, right? So it's not true that bigger miniatures have bigger details. We can take normally, if you take, for example, even a dragon, it will have some fine details. Second point, smaller miniatures normally are cheaper. So I recommend you, when you start with cheaper miniatures. You're going to, well, the first paint job is not going to be good, right? So you're going to do quite bad to average painting on the first miniatures. Okay, so it's better to start with the cheap and small miniatures. Next point, finishing a miniature is something that motivates you, even if it's not the best paint job. It's something that always is an achievement to finish your first miniature. It's always an achievement to finish your miniatures, right? It's a way to get motivation. So I will recommend you to start with small miniatures. Try to go for easy miniatures as well, right? Don't start with a small but a special character. Try with some, I don't know, space marines are a good example, skeletons also good examples. Even a barbarian can, although it's tricky, can be a good example, but I start with something that does not have a huge amount of details and is small. So in that way you finish the miniature, you get your injection of motivation, and you can go for the next one. Other thing, bigger surfaces normally are more difficult to paint than smaller surfaces. The techniques that we use, by brushing, washes, these techniques that can give you a very nice result with quite fast, and is accessible to almost anybody, because are techniques that are quite easy, especially the beginners can start playing with them. Work much better on smaller miniatures than on bigger miniatures. For example, this miniature here, this is a very tricky surface to paint, right? It's a very flat one, very difficult. A miniature like, I don't know, let me show. This one, where we have all this, you have here some details that are going to be some techniques that will paint the miniature almost for yourself, right? Think about even the new contrast paints. The new contrast paints work much better on small and textured miniatures than on flat surfaces. Okay, so I recommend you again on this aspect to go for smaller ones. The techniques work better on the smaller miniatures. And the last point, when you start painting, you are going to be a slow painter, because you are not used to, most of us, we are not used to paint with a brush. We don't have that much control, and we go slow, right? It's better. So if you go slow and you have a big miniature, we go to the one of the previous points. It's going to take ages for you to finish the miniature. You will not see your progress. So again, better smaller miniatures. Smaller, and I will say smaller and simple miniatures to start. So the main advice is when you start painting miniatures, start smaller and take it easy, right? And then I would recommend that the first techniques that you play with, dry brushing and washes. Once you start controlling that, you can start doing other techniques, more complicated. But start with the small miniatures and practicing first. Of course, brush control is important. So you apply the miniature on the places that you want it, not on the places that the brush wants to put it. So again, small miniatures help you to do that. Okay. Practice washes and practice dry brush, and you will see that they work much better because these techniques are more designed for small miniatures. They work much better on small and textured miniatures than on big miniatures. On big miniatures, most of the times you have to apply different techniques. So again, all this to tell you, start small and finish the work. I will say finish completely the work. Close the miniature, even if the miniature is garbage from your point of view. Finish the miniature. It's always important to finish the miniature. I will take as an example, look, the kids, even if they don't do the best work ever, they try to show that they have finished the work, right? They want to show you that they finished the work. They are proud, even if it's not the best work. Be proud of what you do as well, right? You are starting, you are learning, and nobody is good in the first miniature. Okay, some can be better than others, some can have more brush control than others at the beginning, but nobody is good at the beginning. So we all understand that you are learning. Normally, I think the community tries to learn as well. And the last thing I will say, you share the miniature with other people so they can give you feedback. Share with people that it's constructive, not destructive. They can give you feedback on how to improve. They can give you some techniques, or they can explain you some techniques to improve. And from there, you go to the next miniature and you learn more. Okay, so again, don't misunderstand, right? Bigger miniatures does not have the details bigger. Bigger miniatures have bigger surface, so some surfaces are big and difficult. Bigger miniatures normally will need as well sub-assemblies, have more difficult access, are more difficult to handle. It's not the same handling a Star Drake than handling just a Liberator, for example, from the Stonecast Eternals. And once you feel that you have some base, you can have some control, you have learned some techniques. So once you have done a good bunch of small miniatures, then is the time to go to this flashy, big and nice big miniature, right? But don't start there. Don't start with the characters. Start with, as I said, simple, small miniatures. Learn from them. Get motivated because you finish the work. And then once you have some practice, once you have some brush control, once you don't have some control about the techniques, then it's time to go to bigger miniatures. Okay, so, and I think that's all what I want to say here. Okay, and be aware as well that all the people that paint miniatures, they had to learn in a point, right? None of us, we were born knowing how to paint. Maybe I should do video showing some of my Again, I think I have some videos showing some of my first work, but from time to time, it's good to share to the people that we all have a starting point, that we can be more or less, that we are not going to, it's not going to be our best paying jobs, it's not going to be the paying jobs that we are going to share to everyone, right? I keep them in my cabinet, in my glass cupboard, but they are quite hidden, no, because I have so many meters that I always, yeah, they got a little bit cover. But anyway, I think this is deviating from the topic. What I want to say here is start smaller, start simple, finish the work, finish the miniature. Even if you think that is a crappy miniature, finish the work. This will motivate you. You will have your complete paint job, and then you will be ready to go to the next one. And that's all. So please let me know what do you think. Let me know if you agree on that. I like to do these paint and talks. It's helped me also to share some thoughts with you. And that's all. So now leave it in the comments below. What do you think? Maybe I should create a poll in Facebook to share our first miniatures, our first paint jobs. So yeah, that's all for now. I hope you have liked this video. Please give a like if you like it. And as usual, thanks a lot for watching and see you again later. Bye.